Hello and namaste everyone. Welcome in. Today I'm going to be doing a heart chakra centered class, and I'm lighting some white sage incense right now just to clear any energy stagnant or negative. We're just going to clear all that out. So if you have some at home you'd like to light, feel free. And this class should be around, I'm hoping 30 minutes. Might be a little shorter, a little longer, but somewhere within that realm. And like I said, this is a heart-centered class today, and we're going to be doing a lot of heart opening poses, a lot of back bending and things like that. So if you would like to join, go ahead and grab your mat and I'll meet you there. Come to stand at the top of your mat in Tadasana. Feel your feet ground in and root in into the earth. Feel yourself aligned from your heels all the way up to the crown of your head. Bring your shoulders down and back. Bring your hands to your heart center, focusing our energy in our heart space today. Connect with your breath. And we'll set our intention today for this practice. Our intention today will be to have play and ease. Those are the energies we want to invoke. And I invite you to explore this idea of embracing life, whether we are having a good day, a bad day, if we're having something wonderful transpiring in our lives or something tragic. I invite you either way to keep an open heart, because it is only through having an open heart that we can truly experience that all life has to offer, by being open. Bring your hands out to your side. On your next inhale, we're going to lift our arms, gazing upwards, palms come to touch. Exhale, hands through heart center and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Straight back, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, forward fold. Grab your elbows and let yourself rock side to side here. Just let yourself hang. Feel free. Feel relaxed. You've made it here today. And we're going to keep our focus and our attention here on ourselves, on our breath, flowing on our mat for our time here, for us and us alone. Plant your hands and step back into plank. Exhale, move through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Open your heart space. And exhale, roll over your toes into downward facing dog. You can pedal out here, just removing any tense energy in the legs, letting that go. And breathe. Press your heels into the mat. If they don't reach, that's okay. We're just gonna see in our mind's eye that our heels are reaching towards the mat. Feeling that stretch in the back of our legs. Letting our head hang down. Maybe saying no or yes with our head to loosen our neck muscles. On your next inhale, look up as you step up to meet your hands. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. And on your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Palms come to touch at the top as you gaze up. And exhaling your hands back to your heart center. And we'll go through that one more time. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Hold that inhale, plant your hands, step back into plank. And shift your weight forward. Exhale, 90 degrees. Flip on the tops of your feet into your upward dog, creating space between your collarbones. And exhale into your downward facing dog. On the next inhale, jump or step your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And sweep your arms up overhead, big movements, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now we're just gonna shake out our arms and legs, just letting any excess energy exit the body, any stagnant, stuck energy, letting that go. And we are still at the top of our mats here. I want you to step out so your feet are hip width distance apart to prepare for Pada Hastasana. So inhale, open your heart space. Hands can be on your hips. And tilt forward at your waist as we forward fold. And let your hands fall down. We're going to step on the palm of our hands very slightly until our toes reach our wrist. We're going to do that with both hands. And when our hands are in placement, we're going to exhale and forward fold. Feeling a big stretch in our hamstrings. And breathing here. Letting our shoulders fall away from our ears. And bring your hands back to your hips as you inhale and rise. Step your feet out to prepare for wide-legged forward fold. We want our toes to face the front of the room, and we want to have a good wide stance here. Bring your arms out to your sides, parallel to the floor. And as you exhale, let your hands come behind you and interlace your fingertips. Inhale to open your chest, open that heart space, creating room. And as you exhale, tilt from the hips forward into a fold. Letting our interlaced fingertips fall down behind us. We can imagine here that our hands are touching the floor. And we're pressing through the knife edge of both of our feet. Meet yourself at your edge in this moment. Feeling the stretch deeply, but also practicing ahimsa where you feel no pain. Inhaling and exhaling. On that exhale, imagining your hands dropping a little bit closer to the ground. And inhale to rise. Bring the hands to the hips and step to the top of your mat. We're going to take a vinyasa here and we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Inhale. Palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, going at your own pace here. Plant your hands, stepping back. And meeting in down dog. Drop your knees to your mat. We're gonna come into tabletop here. So have your hands planted shoulder width distance apart and have your knees hip width distance apart. And we're gonna take a few cat-cow poses here and breaths with that. So when you inhale, arch your back. And when you exhale, round your spine. Inhale, filling your lungs up all the way, maybe feeling a stretch in your lower stomach. Lifting your head towards the sky. And exhaling, pressing all of the air out of our lungs. Moving at your own pace here. Feel free to rock around side to side, taking any movements that feel good to you right now. Maybe going in a circle clockwise and then maybe counterclockwise. And on your next inhale, come up onto your knees. We're gonna prepare for hero's pose here. So if you have a meditation cushion or a bolster or even a block nearby, feel free to use that if you feel like you need it. I'm gonna use this meditation cushion here. So place your cushion in between your legs and you can sit down on that. Scoot your legs forward a little bit. You want the tops of your feet to be pressing into the mat. And for hero's pose, we're just gonna walk our hands back behind us. And when you feel ready, just let your head drop and hang back. Connect back with your breath. Feeling your heart open more and more throughout this practice. And if you'd like, now we can try for the fully reclined hero's pose. You can remove your cushion. Again, we're on the tops of our feet. Start to make your way down to your forearms, onto your elbows. And grab your toes with your hands and slowly start to walk back until your back meets the mat. If you're having any pain or tension in your lower back here, try to scoot your bottom towards the front of the room. If that doesn't help, I want you to come back up and be safe. We don't want to injure ourselves here. If you're feeling good here, just breathe. Feeling that very deep stretch on the tops of our thighs. Open your arms out to the side. You can have them above your head or maybe at heart level. I invite you to close your eyes. And just feel yourself completely relaxed, letting go of all tension in the body. Letting your day fall behind you now. It's just you, your body, and your breath. To come out of that pose, we're going to come back onto our elbows and start to lift, maybe placing your hands down, walking your way up. And now we're going to take a nice little twist here. So come make your way onto your bottom. Before we get into our twist, let's take a forward fold and stretch out that lower back. Take peace fingers here, grab the big toe. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale, imagine your shin reaching your chin. Or you can imagine your heart touching the tops of your knees. Feeling a slight stretch in your back and feeling a deep stretch in the backs of the hamstrings. Connect with your breath. Inhale to come up. Take your right foot, bend your knee, plant your right foot down as close to your bottom as you can get. And we're going to take our right hand behind us, right behind our back as we twist. We're going to take our left elbow, bring it to our knee. And if you feel comfortable, I'd like you to take Chin Mudra, which is you take your index finger and your thumb. They come to touch. And your 3 fingers are extended. Your pinky, your ring, and your middle finger are extended. This mudra connects our individual self with the divine in a union that connects us to the greatest consciousness, oneness, truth. And if you feel comfortable here, turn your head to the back of the room to get that deep stretch. Breathing here, wringing out stuck emotions, letting go of any thoughts that are coming up, acknowledging them and just letting them go out with the out breath. Now let your right leg drop down as we turn to center, bringing the left leg up, planting your left foot onto the mat, close to your bottom. We'll take our left arm behind us now as we twist towards our left, our right elbow coming to the outside of our knee. Again, Chin Mudra. If you feel okay doing that today. Chin Mudra is said to enhance our concentration. And just to connect to our highest self. Feeling that deep stretch. Keeping the foot that is pointed towards the sky, keeping that activated, keeping our toes pointed towards the ceiling. And breathe. See if you can tap into the softness of the breath whilst in the stretch. And coming back to center now, we're going to prepare for bridge pose. So come to lay on your back, let your knees bend at a 90-degree angle. And first we're going to plant our hands on the mat beside of us. Let's take a second here to just melt into our mat before we lift up for bridge. Spread your knees apart, about hips width distance, and you can walk your feet back closer to your bottom a little bit. And we'll prepare. On the next inhale, we'll lift our tailbone to the sky. Our pelvis is going to be reaching towards the ceiling. And inhale and rise. Press through all 4 corners of the feet. Maybe you're coming up onto your shoulders a little bit for a little more extension. And exhale, come back down. On our next lift that we do, if you feel comfortable with this, I want you to interlace your fingers underneath you. So go ahead and come up onto your shoulders and let your hands come underneath you and interlace. And this is kind of a lot, so if you don't feel good doing this, you can just practice the way we just did, and that is so perfect. Just the way you do it is perfectly okay. With your fingers interlaced, press your hips towards the sky. Feeling very exposed and very open right now, and being okay with that. Feeling the strength and power in our legs. And exhale, come back down. And coming into a ball here, we're gonna just roll out. If you wanna grab the outside of your shins and just rock side to side and sigh it out. Feeling that nice counter pose stretch, and a nice counter stretch to that bridge pose we just did. And inhale, rock up onto your feet. And we're gonna take a child's pose. Just another nice counter stretch for all the back bending and heart opening we've been doing. Make your way into child's pose. You can have your arms close beside you with your head resting on the mat. Or you can have your arms outstretched in front of you. You can take a wide-legged child's pose if you'd like. Just finding your perfect child's pose for this moment. Letting your brow rest on the mat and just letting go. Taking deep breaths and letting the breath go out slowly. Once again, tapping into that softness within our breath. And stay here for a few more breaths. You can walk your hands out to the sides if you'd like, or you can stay perfectly still with your breath. And when you're ready, come back onto tabletop. And we're gonna prepare for camel pose now. So you can stand up. I want your feet to be pressed firmly into the mat. The tops of your feet are pressed into the mat. Make sure your hip width distance apart. And if you'd like to use blocks for this, you are totally free to do so. Using props and blocks, there's nothing wrong with that. It makes it so accessible for everyone. And these are not just, if you're unable to do something, they're not just for that purpose. These can also deepen our stretches sometimes. So I don't want you to feel any kind of shame around using props. Props are beautiful. So if you'd like, you can bring your block to the outside of your foot. And if you don't need them, then that's okay too. Inhale and open your heart space, maybe looking up towards the sky. Exhale, reach your right hand back to your block first, and then finding the left, maybe coming onto your fingertips. Pressing your hips towards the front of the room, pressing forward. Let your head hang behind you. And just breathe here. This is a beautiful camel. And you can come out of that slowly, one side at a time. And if you'd like to try for the full camel, we'll do that now. Bring your left hand to your lower back for stability And take our right hand, reach towards the heel of your right foot, and then drop the left hand to your left foot. Let your head fall back and hang. Press your hips towards the front of the room. Feeling completely 100% open in our heart space right now. Letting go of any stuck emotions within our heart. Maybe finding forgiveness. Maybe finding grace and gratitude. Bring your hands to your lower back and exhale as we come up. Come to sit. On your sit bones, we're going to take fire log now. Have your right leg in front of you, 90-degree angle, parallel. And then we're going to stack the left on top of that. And we just want this to be like in a straight line. Point your toes towards the front of the room. Connect back with your breath. And start to walk your hands out in front of you for a forward fold in fire log pose. Keep the feet activated. And if you feel okay with this, you can come on to your elbows, onto your forearms. Maybe taking the chin mudra again, fingertip to thumb, and let your head drop. Feeling balanced in this moment. Staying present with our breath. And then to come out, walk your hands back up, and we'll take fire log on the other side. So now plant your left leg parallel in front of you and stack the right on top of that. And square the feet, point them straight ahead, and walk your hands out in front of you. Maybe dropping to the forearms, and maybe taking the chin mudra once again. Release any tension in your shoulders. Release any tension in your face. And let your head just hang. Feeling deeply connected. And inhale to come back up. And now we're going to take a different form of Savasana. If you have blocks, you can use them. If not, you don't need them. But come onto your back. This is called reclined bound angle pose. And we're going to make our way onto our back and have your toes touching like you're in butterfly position with your legs. And you can place your blocks underneath your legs here on the sides. And let your arms fall out wherever they feel comfortable. I invite you to close your eyes. And this is our form of Savasana today. So just let yourself completely let go. Start to lengthen the breath. And on the out breath, let your thought go. Any thought that you've been holding in your mind, or any thoughts that just come and go, just let them come and go like ocean waves. Not getting attached to any one thought. Letting ourselves fall into our meditation. I invite you to stay here as long as you'd like. There's nowhere to be, nowhere to go. There's only here and now. And when you're ready, start to wake up your fingertips and your toes. Maybe opening your eyes, coming back into the body. When you're ready, slowly rise into easy seat, whatever that is for you. Bring your hands to heart center. Bow your head, close your eyes. I want you to take a second to just feel your body and your mind. See how you feel now compared to how you felt at the beginning before this practice started. My hope for you is that you feel more space in your heart, more space for love, for acceptance. And I invite you to stay open to the pain, to the beauty, to love. Just keeping our heart open so that we can experience